This is the story of the Chow Chow and the cat and their rainy window. It's a true classic. Once upon a time, in a cozy cottage by a babbling brook, lived a gentle giant of a dog. He was a Chow Chow, fluffy and majestic. And then there was the cat, sleek and graceful, always ready with a purr or a playful swat. The two were the best of friends, despite their differences, sharing walks, naps, and most importantly, their love for the window seat. It was an ordinary day when the sky decided to weep. Big fat raindrops started drumming on the roof, quickly turning into a full-blown storm. The Chow Chow, who we'll call Bruno, had just come back from a walk with his tail wagging. But now he sat by the window with his head hanging low, his large dark eyes staring out at the storm. His thick plush coat was still damp from the rain, his floppy ears drooping sadly. The rain seemed to have taken the joy out of his walk, and he looked utterly dejected. Meanwhile, the cat, whose name was Luna, gracefully leapt onto the windowsill beside him. She watched the raindrops racing down the glass, her green eyes gleaming with mischief. Unlike Bruno, she didn't seem to mind the rain at all. In fact, she loved it. There was something about the pitter-patter on the roof that made her purr with contentment. As the storm raged outside, Bruno let out a small whimper. He missed playing in the park, chasing squirrels, and sniffing every tree and bush. But now all he could do was watch the world turn grey from inside the window. Luna nudged him gently with her head, sensing his sadness. She knew how much he loved their daily adventures, and she felt his disappointment as if it were her own. She rubbed against his wet fur, trying to comfort him. Then, as if struck by an idea, she jumped down from the windowsill and disappeared into the house. Bruno watched her go, his tail giving a little hopeful wag. What was she up to? Could she make the rain stop? He wasn't sure. A few moments passed, each tick-tock of the clock echoing the rhythm of the rain. Then Luna reappeared, trotting proudly toward the door. In her mouth, she held a small, brightly colored ball, one of Bruno's many toys. He couldn't remember the last time she'd brought him a toy. Had she found it lying around? Or was this a special surprise just for him? She dropped the toy at his paws and meowed encouragingly. Her eyes sparkled with excitement, urging him to play. At first, Bruno hesitated. The grey skies and the relentless rain had dampened his spirits. But then he looked into Luna's eager eyes, and something shifted inside him. A small smile tugged at his lips, and he gave the ball a tentative nudge with his nose. The game was on. Bruno and Luna chased the ball across the room, their barks and meows echoing with glee. The storm outside seemed to fade away as they tumbled and wrestled, their playful energy filling the space. Laughter, or what passed for laughter between a dog and a cat, echoed through the house. Bruno's tail wagged furiously, his earlier sadness forgotten. Luna darted around him, weaving between his legs, her lithe body a blur of grey. But soon enough, their game took them back to their favourite spot, the window. The rain had become a soft drizzle now, and a rainbow arced across the sky. Bruno lay with his chin resting on the windowsill, his gaze following the butterflies dancing in the newfound sunshine. Beside him, Luna curled up, her purrs vibrating softly against his thick fur. There was no barking, no meowing, just the quiet company of a dog and a cat who understood each other better than words. The warmth of friendship radiated between them, chasing away the chill of the rain. As the minutes passed, the storm outside became a distant memory. Bruno felt a deep contentment settle over him. Maybe rainy days weren't so bad after all. Not when he had a friend to share it with. The sun broke through the clouds, painting the window with a spectrum of colors. Bruno opened his eyes slowly. The storm had passed, leaving behind a sky washed clean and a world sparkling with new life. He turned his head to look at Luna. She was fast asleep, her breathing soft and even. A small smile touched his lips. He loved this cat. He remembered the times when she would playfully bat at his nose, startling him awake from his naps. And he wouldn't trade these moments for anything. She was his friend, his confidant, and being with her made him feel whole. Bruno closed his eyes again, the warmth of her purrs enveloping him like a cozy blanket. Outside, the birds sang their sweet melodies, welcoming the return of the sun. Bruno's ears twitched at the sound, and he felt a surge of happiness. He was alive, he was loved, and he had a friend who, despite her sometimes aloof nature, was always there for him. The thought filled him with gratitude. Suddenly, Luna stirred, her green eyes opening slowly. She blinked at Bruno, a playful glint in her eyes. She stretched lazily, then jumped down from the windowsill. Bruno watched her, a chuckle rumbling in his throat. Where would she go now? The garden, perhaps to chase the butterflies, or maybe to bask in the warm sunshine. But as he turned to follow her, he noticed a small puddle on the floor. It was left over from the rain, and it glistened on the wooden floorboards. Without thinking, Bruno padded toward it and lapped it up. The cool water was refreshing, and he felt a surge of energy. He barked playfully at Luna, inviting her to join him. She looked back at him, her tail twitching, and then she did something that made Bruno's heart melt. She brought him a small white flower she must have found outside. It was delicate and pretty, and Bruno sniffed it gently. He didn't know what kind of flower it was, but it smelled sweet and lovely. He looked up at Luna, his eyes shining with gratitude. She had brought him a gift, a token of their friendship, and in that moment, Bruno felt a love for his furry friend that was as boundless as the sky. They spent the rest of the day basking in the post-rain sunshine. Bruno chased butterflies in the garden, while Luna stalked dragonflies with focused intensity. When they came back inside, they curled up together on a rug, watching the last of the sunlight fade from the sky. As the stars twinkled above them, Bruno and Luna snuggled closer, their breaths mingling in the quiet room. The storm had passed, leaving behind a sky washed clean and a bond between two friends that was stronger than ever. And so, dear friends, the tale of the Chow Chow and the cat reminds us that friendship can blossom in the most unexpected of places. Just like Bruno and Luna, our connections with others can bring light into our lives, even on the rainiest of days. So cherish the friendships that make you smile and the shared moments that create a rainbow in your heart. After all, isn't that what life is all about? Sharing, caring, playing, and loving every moment with our dear friends by our side. Until next time, keep an eye out for the little miracles of friendship in your own life. Who knows when and where you might find them?